This is the newest private condo in Woodlands, Park Rosewood. It was launched 12 years ago, and during the entire 12 years, there is no other private new launch condo in Woodlands. There was this guy who bought a unit at Park Rosewood, hold it for just 3 years, and sold it for more than 300,000 profit. Then you probably think, those who already bought during the launch 12 years ago must have already made 1 million, right? No. Surprisingly, some of them even lose money. In fact, the biggest profit was the one that I mentioned to you just now, who bought the unit in 2020 and sold it last year. So, what is really behind this surprising outcome? Is it still worth investing in Woodlands? To understand why Park Rosewood underperformed before 2020, we have to go back to 2013. That year was a turning point in Singapore property market, which I covered in details in my previous video. Long story short, the overall property price trend across Singapore was a downturn after 2013, and the market started rebounding in Q3 of 2017. However, Park Rosewood only showed a clear recovery after 2020, lagging behind the overall property market. So, what is holding it back? I discovered that Park Rosewood is a 5-story development. Let me share with you one insight. Those projects with only 5-story, especially those launched before 2013, mostly have this problem. Back then, the developer maximized their profits by adding huge roof terrace to penthouses and big private enclosed space on the ground floor, which increased the total floor area. This, in turn, reduced the price per square foot. When the banks evaluate a property valuation, they never consider how efficient is your unit. They only focus on the total floor area, meaning both the penthouse with roof terrace and a standard unit on the level 2, 3 and 4 will have the same PSF. These two floors, which mean the ground floor and the penthouses, comprise 40% of the project and pull down the valuation for the entire development. So the loan amount will be lower, and that's why the buyer's offer will be lower. And then the project price is harder to grow. And other than design issue, what else can cause Park Rosewood to underperform? Is it too far from the MRT station? Now let's look at the project closest to Woodlands MRT. This project is called Rosewood, just missing one word from Park Rosewood. After the Singapore property market peaked in 2013, even the nearest condo to Woodlands MRT also couldn't escape the drop. Now let's compare the price trend of Rosewood and Park Rosewood. The blue line represents Park Rosewood and the orange line is Rosewood. Okay, you might be curious. Rosewood is nearer to the MRT, but why the price is lower? It is already 21 years old. In comparison, Park Rosewood is only 10 years old, 11 years younger. That's why the price is higher. But did you notice that the price gap between them used to be around 600 PSF, but now 200 PSF. The price gap is narrowing. It is clear that Rosewood is performing much better than Park Rosewood in the last few years. But is it just because of the distance to the MRT? Now let's look at their floor plan. Firstly, Rosewood is a high-rise project with 18 story, and all the units come with an enclosed kitchen, storeroom, and yard. Overall, their layouts are very efficient, just that there is no balcony. So, what can we conclude here? Even though Rosewood is already 21 years old, but with the more efficient layout and nearer to MRT station, help their price appreciate over time. Over the last 4 years, prices has increased by nearly 50%, pushing Rosewood to around 1,100 PSF. However, Rosewood is now a 21 years old development, and the facade also looks like a HDB. Although it is the closest condo to Woodlands MRT, but you still have to walk for around 10 minutes, which is not very near. The only condo truly close to the MRT will be the upcoming Norwood Grand, just 2 to 3 minutes from Woodlands South MRT. The floor plans have been released and they look promising. Norwood Grand will be the only one development in Woodlands that offers both efficient layout and close to MRT. Okay, now let's talk about the pricing. Generally, newer condos are more expensive by 50 PSF per year compared to the older ones. Given Rosewood is at least 21 years older, Norwood Grand should be 1050 PSF higher. Rosewood is now at 1100 PSF, so adding 1050 to the 1100 PSF, I estimate Norwood Grand, the intrinsic value could be around 2150 PSF. Considering the better location and younger age, Norwood Grand has a lower risk and greater potential for the future gains. So if Norwood Grand is launched at 2150 PSF, it is still a reasonable price. And Norwood Grand is a post-harmonization project, meaning the aircon ledge is not included in the floor area. That means at 2150 PSF, everything you are paying for is completely usable space. My personal guess is that the developer might launch this project around 2000 to 2200 PSF. But I also understand that not every one of you are comfortable to buy a new launch condo. For the resale, if you think Rosewood is too old, there are other nearby options, especially the XEC. TOP in 2016 or 2017, they are only 7 to 8 years old. Let's look at their performance. Since their MLP in 2021, their prices have increased from 900 to 1200 PSF over the last 3 years. The first owners who bought at launch have already made 70% gains. This is one of the most common questions I get. The first owner already made 70%. If you buy now, is there still any upside potential? Actually, it really depends on the situation. Let me ask you, in Woodlands, who will likely be your future buyers? HDB upgraders, right? Woodlands 5-room flat owners can easily sell their flats for around 700,000, making it very easy for them to upgrade to a 1.4 million condo. The key selling point for this EC is the efficient floor plans, spacious and ideal for HDB upgraders. Plus, these developments typically have only 4 units per floor, similar to a point blocks, which is hard to find nowadays. The next EC to MLP is 100 Palms Residences in December, followed by River Cove Residences in 2025. After that, the next MLP EC won't come until 2028. So the potential for the resale EC in the next 10 years will be still strong. Recently, many of my clients have been buying XEC because they see the potential. Okay, regardless it's a new launch or a resale condo, you still need a careful strategy. If you're looking to maximize your potential gain in the next 3 to 5 years, I have something in mind for you. You may want to WhatsApp me for further discussion. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon. Bye.